Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Actually, I need to check my sound. Yes, almost forgot about that, just so you can hear me. But it's currently Monday, the day right before the patch goes live, and I'm so excited to see everyone's reactions and thoughts on this fiasco we called Long Live the Lich. I certainly have my thoughts and reactions to it, but today is not going to be about the story or any events in the new map. It's going to be about a very special feature coming with episode 3, the new mount, the roller beetle. I wanted to give a brief rundown of the beetle for those of you who might be having trouble when you get your new mount. First thing I will say is to take it slow. I remember when I first acquired mine or was gifted it and I mounted on it and I tried to run or roll around and it felt so weird. So I'm going to cover some basics and maybe go into some more advanced things. I don't know to call it advanced. Oh, the ambient animations are so cute. I love them so much. Anyway, we're going to go over the basics of movement and then go into his abilities and how to drift and all that fun stuff. And then I might throw in a race because there is a beetle race. So first point I'm going to make is that the roller beetle is in my opinion, a much more unique mount in terms of movement and how the character moves. With every other mount, the player character seems to be the center of mass and the center of where everything happens. With the roller beetle, the player character is offset. And that might be a little confusing for some people, but this character over here really means nothing. The thing you're playing as is the beetle. The beetle is where everything takes place. So sometimes I just tend to zone out this character if I happen to have some issues. So that's my main point to keep in mind when using this mount. So to use this mount, you just use your movement keys, W, A, S, and D. W is to roll forward, S is to turn, D is to slow down and then walk backwards, and then S is to, and then D is to go right, A is to go left, and you'll stop, and then you can go the other way, and then you'll roll around. For the basic movement of the roller beetle, physics come into play. So when you're rolling uphill, you take much longer. When you're rolling downhill, you gain speed and you'll end up going a bit faster. And then you can move in and out, do some figure eights. It's like learning to ice skate for the first time. It's kind of serene and tranquil. But when I first used it, I was like, this is so slow. Like, how is this going to be fun to use when we have mounts such as the jackal and the raptor and the skimmer on water? Like, how is this gonna work? Well, it took me some time, and if you watch my Let's Play, you'll find there's a certain point where I have my revelation of, oh, this is how you use it. You use your secondary ability for your mount ability. And I believe, I'm gonna take a quick look. I should have probably looked at this right beforehand, but if we go down to mounts, you have your mount ability 1 and your mount ability 2. You're gonna use your mount ability 1, and for me, my mount ability 1 is keybound to V. It's similar to the Griffin in terms of its diving mechanics and it's how it catches speed. So for the roller beetle, you have this endurance bar. It's just one solid endurance bar. And what you're gonna do is primarily downhill is to get the most speed, or uphill if you want to get up a hill faster. So you'll start rolling, or you can do it right off the bat, but I find that you get the most speed if you start rolling first. So you start rolling and then you press and hold V. You can tap it to gain a little bit shorter of a boost, I believe, but if you hold it down, I think it does provide a bit longer of a speed boost. And you can see there you gain a lot of speed. When I first used this, it felt very weird and I lost control and I just shot off a cliff, and it was difficult. So I recommend coming over to these sand dune areas over in Veldrunner Drifts and practicing it out. Here you can get some air run into a couple obstacles just to gain some momentum and the feeling of what it's like to run into obstacles. I know people might not like it, but it's essential to learn how to deal with frustrations and stuff like that. So you can keep going over hills, gain speed to hit some flatlands. After you go down a hill and you just hit flatlands, that's when it feels really, really nice. I will say that sometimes it feels a little long to use your mount ability, and if I were to tweak the roller beetle, I would say when you mount up, you start at half your endurance, not at 0, because it is a little lengthy. So we're gonna pop up here, and I'm going to go into some more advanced methods. See here, like we're going uphill without a speed boost. It's so slow. Oh my god, there are jacaranda here. Hopefully I can get out of combat, but I'll just be rolling around a little bit. Let's take a look at the masteries for more advanced methods. So we're gonna go down to the roller beetle. First off, you have your wrecking ball, which is your attack. It just launches you forward and you roll around in a straight line. Second is your barrier smash. This is by using your V ability or your mount ability through special walls that have the beetle symbol, and you can smash right through them. And then your third mastery, which will be the one that you have to get the most masteries for, is big air. You press and hold the jump button after boosting off of a ledge to gain height. And what happens is you'll boost off and you can hold it and gain like special motions, and you'll do like a little trick. And I just died. Editing magic. And I am back through the power of editing, and I'm in a better location to show off what I'd like to show off without as many enemies around. So let's move over to the mastery, and let me explain this in a little bit more detail so you guys get the full picture. So for the third mastery, we have big air. Press and hold the jump button after boosting and catching air to perform stylish tricks. Tricks remain active and replenish endurance while the jump button is held. An endurance penalty will be administered for improper landings. So this means when you get enough air and you get enough height, you can hold down the space bar to do a trick. And while you're doing a trick, your character will go into a nice animation and a glowing aura will be around you. And that signifies that you are gaining endurance. Because each time you use your mount ability, you will restart your endurance bar to 0 and you have to recharge it. And it's slow on its own, but if you do tricks and you successfully do tricks, you gain endurance faster. Improper landings mean that if you are holding the space bar and your character is still in the animation of doing a trick, when you land, your endurance will be depleted. So there is like this risk reward kind of like mini game-esque playstyle when using this mount, and it's fun, but it's also like disheartening when you miss that nice stylish trick. So let's test this out. Hopefully I do not die, and I can at least hit some air. Let's hope I don't die. And then see, and then you pop out of the animation and you gain some endurance. So I mentioned something called drifting, and at first I didn't know what drifting was until I played the mount race, which is in the Domain of Corna. I did not know how to drift, and the announcer kept telling me to drift, or Gork did, and I was like, what's the point? And I still find it personally a little clunky to use. That's just like my own personal taste, but it basically means that you can kind of skid and turn yourself while still maintaining speed. So how to do this? What you're going to want to do is continue to press your mount action ability 1 to gain the speed, but additionally you want to go to your mount ability 2, which is in the mount section, and bind it. For me, it's C. And much similarly to the Griffin, if you have the Griffin, you press V to dive, and then C, I believe, to catch air and to get up. And it works pretty much the same for this. You use your V ability to gain speed, and then if you want to drift in a certain direction, you use your second ability, C in this case. So let's test it out. We press V, gain some air, and then skid in a direction. And see, with the skid, you'll get some sparks underneath the mount. And it allows you to turn in a specific direction. And you can go again, and then skid. If it's working, skid. and then move along in this direction. So if I didn't skid like that, I would have gone in a much wider arc to turn. But with skidding, you gain the ability to quickly turn in a direction, in any given direction you want. Now take note that you can't skid while you're not speed boosting, so you have to be in the boost format. So let's just play around and try to get some air, if at all possible, and go over here. Now, a lot of people had been wondering about any aquatic features, because you know we have this skimmer, and it's pretty great use. And I'm very happy to report that the roller beetle has not skipped out on water features, and in fact that they do have some capabilities of skipping over water. I kind of like to, you know, think of them as a large skipping stone, where like when you're kids and you like skip rocks in a lake, it's kind of similar to that. So you're just going to press V and speed boost along the water, and you kind of move along. Now I didn't have as much speed there, but if I gain more speed, I will be able to skid for longer and kind of hop and, like, you know, it's exactly what skipping a rock looks like. You kind of just hop along and then skid and then dismount and start going down a little bit, gaining more speed, even going from down, and then hop along and we gain a little bit more speed. I have done it to where I gain much more speed and I can go much further, but I hope you guys get the gist of that. So don't be afraid. There are aspects of this mount that allow you to skid across the water, and it's a bit more forgiving than, say, the raptor or the jackal, where as soon as you touch water, you're dismounted. So I'd say that is about all I have for your basics on the skimmer. It's a skid over in this direction. We can turn really quickly, and it's a lot of fun. And it does take time to get used to. It is, of course, a new mount. But overall, I'd say they've done very, very well. Get some air, land it, get some more endurance. See right there, if you might have noticed, my endurance bar regressed a little bit. Perfect. Nice. So we're gonna go back to where this all started, and I will, oh, hello, legendary, or veteran Choya. Thought it was a legendary. Thank you all so much for watching this quick how-to video. I will now insert some gameplay of a Beetle race, if you'd like to stay and watch that. But if you don't, thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like the video if you liked it, and stay tuned for more content on Long Live the Lich. I'm so excited for tomorrow. Anyway, thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye.
Commander! I'm on the verge of something incredible. I need your help. This could change everything.
No mercy for it.
Not too shabby, Commander. I think Petey likes you.